wait. This is about Amazon Prime Day sales. Of course, it's Amazon Prime Day, but I've got one. I've got one of my own as well. Uh, my book is on how you and I, as writers, can make more time to write, and it's now, I think it's about 40% off for a short time. Anyway, it is £10 in the UK, and very shortly will be $12 in the US for a little while. Now, back to me. I'm William Gallagher, and this is 58 Keys, which, as always, is for writers like you and me, who use and who write on, well, Macs and iPhones and iPads, which are very good, aren't they? I mean, I think they're the best devices writers can have, but got to admit, they are also really expensive. As this video first goes out, though, it is Amazon Prime Day. Yeah, I know, Amazon. But also Prime Day, running from June 23 to June 26. Prime Day is half a week, and I don't know why that tickles me. So, but yeah, okay. Listen, in a second, I'm just going to race through the best deals for us that I've been able to find here in the UK. If you're in the US, the deals are totally different. Although, in past experience, you're pretty likely to get better discounts overall. But there might still be some issues. Before this becomes a catalogue, for example, I would like, please, to tell you a couple of oddities I've found searching through Prime Day on Amazon. I mean, it's nothing dramatic, you know. It's things to look out for, things that will speed up your searching. And while I do that, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, or patronising me, that'd be a great help. Thank you. But now, these things, these oddities, got to overstress this. None of these are, number 6 will blow your mind, but they are little things you might miss. I missed the first time through. They could be frustrating, and it just help you cut through to things. So, starting off with, if you search for anything on Amazon Prime Day, search for it twice or maybe 3 times. I think the pages are being updated so much that I know you get slightly different results, and sometimes significantly so. For example, prove it, William. I went in specifically looking for the MacBook Neo, okay, and there it was, a few different deals. Went into one to just check it out, get the details, came out and it all vanished, all of them. Searching again didn't turn them up, but searching a third time did. It's the Brigadoon Prime Day, isn't it? And I had similar things with AirPods, so you can get it with everything, I presume. Second, be wary where Amazon tells you what something used to cost before Prime Day's fantastic discounts. I mean, I'm sure you do this anyway. You know, any retailer could artificially raise a price for a certain amount of time before a certain order, to then dramatically cut it down to exactly what it used to be. But in this case, that's not what I mean. I don't know that that's going on. What I've seen is something subtly different. Which I can't explain it really. What I've seen are ones where the pre-sale price just doesn't sound right. For instance, got to say, these deals can run at any time. Could be changed when you get to it. Right now, as I look, there's an iPhone Air 256GB version selling for £719, and Amazon says it's normally $749. Now, clear saving, not an enormous one, but clear. Except Apple sells that one for £999. I can't see a difference. Can't see how Amazon would be able to knock off a quarter of the price, but that's what it says. Or in the MacBook Air with an M4 processor and 512GB of storage space, a nice amount of space, Amazon is charging £1,000 for the 15-inch version and £1,070 for the smaller 13-inch edition. But in both cases, both of them, it says the pre-sale price was £1,200. Now, Apple doesn't actually sell this anymore. It sells the better M5 edition, so I can't really compare prices. But there's no possibility that the two, 15-inch and 13, that they sold for the same, something funny there. So basically, sod anything Amazon says about the original price, and instead only go by whether the sale price available to you right now is worth it to you absolutely right now. And also check with the manufacturers directly, because they could be offering the same price, which would mean supporting them instead of supporting Amazon. And also, I keep forgetting this, I'm sure you don't, but let me say it anyway because it's on my mind. When you buy from a manufacturer such as Apple or whatever, you get to choose the capacity, the screen size, the RAM. You get to choose the color of the item if there's an option. Any of that can change the price and things, of course, but with Amazon, it's always, here you go, that's it, this size, that colour, take it or don't. And that actually is the last thing I want to tell you about what to watch out for with Amazon Prime Day 2026. So you could, right now, stop the video, just get back to writing or shopping, I suppose. But if you have a moment, let's do the catalogue of what it seems to me from the first look is the best Prime Day UK deals for us as writers who use and write Macs and iPhones and iPads. So no, you're looking at me, you've got a point there. I could just pop a list of links to these in the description. You could just go read those, couldn't you? You make a solid point there. Actually, tell you what, let's start with Macs and iPhones and iPads. I already mentioned the MacBook Air, but there is, I did find it, the new MacBook Neo, which is very good and markedly cheap, really, compared to other things. Today, though, through Amazon, you can get it for even less. And I suggest you look at the 512 gigabyte version, which is now £649 instead of £699. There is the base 256 gigabyte model, which is £549 instead of £599, and that might be hard to resist, but try. You do need the extra space, and the 512 gigabyte version also comes with Touch ID, the way you can just use a fingerprint to unlock sites or confirm payments. Something that once you've had it, you'll never go back, but admittedly, if you've never had it, what do you care? iPhones. I said there was the odd iPhone Air one, but there are others, quite a few of these. For example, the larger 512 gigabyte version of the iPhone Air is on sale for £919 instead of £1,199. And for iPads, take a cautious look at the 11-inch iPad Air M3, which is currently £800. There is the newer and better M4 version available from Apple, but this particular M3 comes with 1 terabyte of storage. So it's a balance between performance and capacity. Also, when I looked, Amazon only had it in purple, which could be a plus or a minus, I don't know. A couple of other Apple products now, and then I do have some odds and ends that stood out to me. Sorry, I laugh because they stood out to me as either things I'm actually tempted to buy, or which I previously bought at the full price and now do not regret that. No, I don't. Actually, back here. There are a lot of deals, for example, on the Apple Watch for Prime Day, and I mean a lot. In this case, the thing to consider, I think, is that most deals are on the Apple Watch Series 11. I have a Series 10, and there will be a Series 12 in September or around about then. You also need to look for the size of the watch, because there are, sorry, that was a childhood cartoon reference, size of an elephant. There are larger and smaller screens, but the 46mm version is selling for $317 instead of $399 at the moment, that kind of thing. There are also deals on the rugged Apple Watch Ultra 3, which see it at £100 off, so £649 instead of £749. But again, there might be an Apple Watch Ultra 4 coming in September. That one doesn't seem as certain as the Series 12, though, so it might happen, it might not. Next, pencils, keyboards, mice, and trackpads. The Apple Pencil Pro, you didn't think I meant an actual pencil, is £94.05 instead of £129, which is great. But be certain that your iPad works with it, or it's a really expensive desk ornament. This black keyboard that I use, Black Magic keyboard, there's something wrong with that. It's a Magic keyboard that's black. Anyway, it's now £166.25 instead of £199. Mine actually has a problem. It's on air because it's driving me spare, but not enough to buy a replacement. And actually, otherwise, I really, really like it. I do recommend it. If I buy a keyboard again, it'll be that one, probably. You can also get white versions for less, and you can get ones without the numeric keypad. And similarly, you can get a Magic Mouse in white or black for startlingly different prices. But the better one, well, I think the cheaper one anyway, the white one is now £59 instead of £79. And then lastly, for Apple products, the Magic Trackpad is £107 instead of £129. Some last odds and ends. This is a Ugreen 100-watt fast charger, which is superb. And where I paid $49.99 for it, you can now get it for £28.84. This model doesn't have folding prongs, where others do. I do kind of like that. But that one I've got with the folding prongs doesn't charge as fast as this one. So I said there were things I bought for at full price, both of those. Something I kind of haven't but nearly have is a Stream Deck. When I bought this Stream Deck, there was no Stream Deck Neo. And if I was starting out today, it is the Neo I'd buy. I mean, it's like this one, but it has fewer buttons. It has 8 buttons, but it's also got a clock and it's got some other bits and pieces. It's usually £99.99, but it's now on sale for £69.99. I did look to see if the new 36 button and 6 dial, gorgeous Stream Deck Plus XL was on sale, but it isn't. Might not have been able to resist that, as I, clearly do not have enough Stream Deck buttons, obviously. And then something I've already been looking at really seriously is the Ugreen, back them again, NAS, a network attached storage. What I want to do is buy one of these, stuff it full of hard drives, and know that all of my books and ripped DVDs, films, TV shows, whatever, are safely stored somewhere in the house and also not taking up room on my Macs, nor costing me in iCloud storage bills like they are now. The Ugreen DH4300 Plus is now $295.99 instead of $349.99, and actually it's the same price from Ugreen itself. Ugreen or Amazon, same price. The only thing is, NAS is really an empty box waiting for you to add in hard drives, and right now, as I search through Amazon Prime Day, I'm not seeing any discounts on these drives, and they are pretty costly. I am still very tempted, but I intend to wait until I can budget well for the drives too, and just accept that the cost of the NAS itself will have gone up by then. But that's the thing here. You have to know, you have to decide whether you need or want the item before you look at the sale price. The price can tip the balance, of course it can, but if you don't need this thing right now, or if you don't want it right now, it being cheaper for a while is not a reason to buy. It is not a saving, especially not as there'll be a Prime Day next year, and there'll be a Black Friday later this year sometime. You can't ever know what will be available in those sales, but some things will, and it can be worth waiting for it. But for now, until we get those sales, that's it for this edition of 58 Keys. Thank you very much for watching. Now take care of yourself and your budget, okay? And I'll see you soon.